Hi, I have started learning Turkish 1 year ago, and if I would have to restart with it, I would definitely do some things different this time, so I want to share some of my advice with you. The first thing is, I do not recommend using language learning apps, or at least using them as your only source of knowledge, because I think they are okay to get a first impression of the language and a first feeling, but from my experience, especially in the beginning, they are teaching a lot of things that are not necessary. For example, I don't think that you as an absolute beginner has to learn how to order 3 kilos of chicken at the butcher or to ask where the next train station is. The first thing you should learn as an absolute beginner is a solid foundation of grammar, basic words, basic activities, and basic everyday questions like how are you, where are you from, how old are you, or what are you doing for work, where do you live, etc. And if you do not come any further, then you should not hesitate to hire a teacher. The second thing is, when you are learning vocabulary, you should always learn it in context. You should never just learn a single word. You should always write a little sentence with it. In my experience, I not only just remember the sentence better than the word itself, this way you also have more than one word per flashcard, and you also get a better sense for the word structure and the word order. My third advice is you should definitely start speaking as early as possible in your journey, because it is not enough to be able to translate a text on paper or to read dialogues on a paper. You have to be able to reproduce the language and take an active part in conversations. And to be able to do this, you need a lot of input. You can get this from Turkish music or Turkish series, but the best form of input is absolutely to talk to a native speaker. My third advice is you should start speaking as early as possible. It is not enough to just get input in form of music or series or textbooks. You have to be able to reproduce your target language. And in my opinion, the best way to do this is to talk with native speakers, because you have to be able to take an active role in a conversation where you do not know what the person in front of you will ask or say next. My last but most important tip is set yourself some realistic goals and be patient with yourself and give yourself time. Most of us probably want to learn Turkish out of a private reason and not because we have to pass a language test in a few weeks or so. So there is simply no reason to put pressure on ourselves. If you cannot find 1 hour a day to learn, it's fine. 10 minutes are better than none. 2 or 3 days a week are better than 0. So give yourself time and be patient, and remind yourself that it's absolutely unrealistic to learn a whole new language within a few weeks or months, especially when most of us have jobs or go to university or to school, have family or other responsibilities they have to come after. So for me, for example, it took about half a year till I noticed the first little victories, like understanding more and more words in music or series or in conversations. But once this point is reached, it will be an absolute confidence boost for yourself, and you just have to be patient till you reach this point.